Beneath a charred twilight, swaddled by the chilling echo of crickets in the scent of unfurling summer, the city of Louisville, Kentucky emerged, gnarled and ancient as an old sailor's tale. From its heart unfurled the glittering arteries of city lights, among which winked the beacon of a particular establishment, Inferno's Echo. It pulsed with life, a beast of bass beats and luminous lights, a merry juxtaposition against the gloom of the Kentucky dusk. Into this dichotomy of light and shadow stepped Detective Alan Sinclair, a figure cloaked in the solemnity of his profession and the quiet specter of his past. His eyes, smoky with the fumes of old memories, swept the cityscape, resting on the nightclub pulsating with electric energy. A shudder of recognition rippled through him. An echo of an echo, a haunting rhythm stirred within him, a symphony of forgotten horrors. His history of trauma gnawed at the edge of his psyche, the consuming abyss of his eating disorder painted into the narrative like an omnipresent shadow, a cosmic horror in its own right. He made his way toward the nightclub, as a mariner to a siren's call. On his journey, he paused, regarding the reflection shimmering in a storefront window. His gaunt visage stared back, the specter of a man who had traversed the landscapes of self-destruction and emerged as an echo of his former self, forever altered. Arriving at the nightclub, Alan met with his confidant and partner in the spectral hunt, Eliza. Her smile radiated a warmth that danced like firelight against the backdrop of Louisville's brooding silhouette. Strong and nurturing, she was a beacon amidst the sea of cosmic uncertainties. Her familiarity helped tether him, preventing him from spiraling back into the abyss of his past traumas. "Alan, how are you holding up?" she asked, her voice a melody threaded with concern. "Holding," he replied, his voice betraying none of the icy dread festering within. He took a step toward the nightclub's entrance, his feet echoing an eerie hymn against the cobblestone path. They delved into its pulsating heart, stepping into a world that thrummed with music and writhed with phantasmal shadows. The club's patrons seemed oblivious to the spectral stories spun around them, living ghosts enacting a ritual dance in the neon lights. With his feet rooted in the realm of the living and his gaze turned towards the unseen, he was the sole witness to this ethereal waltz. "Ready, Alan?" Eliza's words, whispered in the low rhythm of the spectral song, sent a shudder down his spine. No, he wasn't ready, but the dance of the cosmic horror was already set in motion. He nodded, locking his gaze with hers, a pact sealed in silence. His journey into the depths of the spectral world had begun, mirrored by the internal journey into the haunted corridors of his own past. Louisville was but a stage, and he was its reluctant performer, ready to confront the ghostly whispers of the Inferno's Echo and the muted screams of his own past. Thus the phantom hymns of Louisville reverberated into the darkness, heralding the arrival of a cosmic narrative that was yet to unfold. In the gloaming hours of Inferno's Echo, where music and laughter yielded to an uneasy quiet, Alan and Eliza began their spectral ballet. The nightclub, a pulsating organ by day, was now a crypt of ethereal whispers and phantom rhythms. The dance floor, earlier a canvas of undulating bodies, lay deserted, its eerie emptiness punctuated by the iridescent flicker of abandoned neon lights. Eliza, armed with the embers of her burning resolve, moved amidst this otherworldly quietude. He followed, each step echoing the hollow drumbeat of his own heart. His gaze, smeared with the smoke of uncertainty, trailed across the room. The walls seemed to breathe, whispering tales of spectral figures that frolicked under the cover of darkness. The residual scent of phantom cocktails hung heavy in the air, a testament to an unseen bacchanal. "Did you hear that?" Eliza's voice sliced through the spectral silence, a blade of reality amidst the ethereal fog. Swallowed by the ghostly orchestra, he merely nodded. A spectral symphony was unfolding around them, a dance of shadows that wrapped itself around his senses, threatening to consume him. Conversations unfurled between the two, a gentle dance of words that illuminated their partnership's depth. Eliza, robust and incandescent, provided a contrasting foil to Alan's introspective and haunted demeanor. She shared tales of spectral encounters, her voice a riveting melody that danced around the silent echoes of the nightclub. He listened, his silence an anchor amidst the storm of her tales. Through these dialogues, his past unveiled itself further, a spectral figure emerging from the fog. His battle with the eating disorder was etched in his demeanor. In the hesitant way, he refused the remnants of cocktails left behind, in the shadow that passed over his face at the mention of food. The nightclub's spectral whispers seemed to mock his personal ghosts, an ethereal reflection of his inner turmoil. As dawn approached, the pair made their departure, their figures swallowed by the yawning maw of Louisville's twilight. He paused, his gaze swept over the nightclub once more. It stood like an ancient monolith, a keeper of spectral secrets and phantom hymns. The invisible thread tethering him to it pulled tighter, drawing him closer to the spectral chaos brewing within its confines. A sense of foreboding clung to the morning air as Alan retreated into his solace, leaving behind the spectral echoes of the nightclub. Yet as he closed his eyes to the break of a new day, he could still hear the haunting rhythm of the dance of shadows, a prelude perhaps to the unraveling of a grand cosmic horror that was yet to descend upon him. Amidst the flickering days and moonless nights, Alan and Eliza traversed the nebulous terrain of their investigation. They existed in a state of flux, their identities dancing in the space between the seen and the unseen. The specter of Inferno's echo cast a long shadow over them, a silent player in the cosmic theater that was their life. A sinister turn awaited them, lurking within the ebon wings of the spectral stage. In the quiet lull of a day, the unfathomable occurred. Eliza's betrayal emerged from the ether, a ghostly specter even more haunting than the phantoms of the nightclub. Alan received an anonymous missive, cryptic and foreboding, revealing her unsuspected role in the haunting drama of the nightclub. She was a puppet, her strings masterfully manipulated by unseen cosmic entities, orchestrating a grand performance that stretched beyond the tangible realm. The revelation hit him like a comet, his world spiraling into the gravitational pull of a black hole. His foundation crumbled beneath him, fragments of trust scattering into the cosmic winds. The gnawing shadow of his past eating disorder flared in the aftermath, threatening to consume him. Confronting her was a turbulent nebula of confusion, betrayal, and disbelief. "Eliza, are these words true?" His voice wavered, the script of betrayal in his trembling hands. Her response, a silence that weighed heavier than any confession, echoed through the spaces between them. Her gaze, usually warm and bright, was distant now, like a cold star in an alien sky. As he grappled with the dissonance of his reality, he felt the fraying edges of his sanity. He was the mariner lost at a cosmic sea, his anchor, Eliza, dissolved into ethereal mist. The once manageable walls of the nightclub now towered around him like the indomitable fortress of a distant star, mocking him with their silence. The spectral whispers of the nightclub grew louder, a cacophony that mirrored his inner turmoil. And amidst this disarray, the spectral figures danced with renewed vigor, feeding off the energy of his despair. The monster of his past trauma reared its head, its mocking laughter intertwining with the spectral hymns of the nightclub. He stood at the precipice of his unraveling reality, peering into the chasm of cosmic dread that awaited him. The betrayal marked not an end, but a terrifying descent into the belly of a beast, where shadows danced abandoned and phantoms sang songs of doom. Betrayed and on the brink of succumbing to the ghosts of his past, his journey was far from over. Instead, it was spiraling ever deeper into the maelstrom of cosmic horror. In the brooding penumbra of the betrayal, Alan stood poised on the precipice of despair, the monstrous abyss of his past trauma, and the cosmic horror lurking at the periphery of his reality, threatening to pull him under. Yet it was within this abysmal darkness that a glimmer of strength began to spark. His confrontation with the cosmic dread mirrored his battle with the unseen monster of his eating disorder. He had emerged from the dark once before, and now, faced with the void once again, he steeled himself for the spectral waltz. In the deserted expanse of the Inferno's echo, he found himself face to face with Eliza. Her eyes, once the twin suns of his universe, now hid in alien darkness, a reflection of the cosmic entities that puppeteered her. Eliza, his voice echoed, a lone comet streaking across the cosmos of their shattered partnership. I am here, for you and for myself. Their ensuing conversation, a ballet of words spun in the spectral light, marked a battle between the cosmic forces that held her and Alan's own resilience. Each question, each revelation, chiseled away at the eldritch prison ensnaring her, revealing the scared woman beneath the cosmic marionette. Parallel to this, he battled the shadow of his eating disorder, the traumatic leviathan that lurked beneath his consciousness. The nightclub's spectral whispers grew eerily silent as he addressed his personal demon, each confrontation with Eliza stirring an analogous dialogue with his past trauma. The process was as tormenting as it was healing, a purging of past wounds amidst the revelation of cosmic horrors. As dawn painted the sky with hues of victory, the ethereal veil shrouding Inferno's echo began to shatter. In freeing Eliza, Alan also managed to face his trauma, its monstrous shadow receding into the silent corners of his consciousness. Yet the victory was a somber aria. Eliza, freed from the puppeteer's strings, was a broken marionette, her eyes reflecting the toll of her cosmic ordeal. Their bond, once unyielding, was frayed and faded, a relic of a time before the spectral chaos had unfurled. The final chord of their cosmic ballet echoed through the now silent nightclub. Alan, a solitary figure in the spectral dawn, felt the cool breeze of victory laced with the bitterness of loss. He had won the battle against the unseen, both within and without, but at what cost? As the curtain fell on this cosmic narrative, he stood resolute amidst the ruins of his journey. He was no longer the reluctant performer, but a cosmic voyager who had peered into the abyss and emerged scarred yet undefeated. The spectral symphony of Inferno's echo was finally silenced, but the echoes of Alan's trials would reverberate forever, a haunting hymn sung in the key of resilience and loss. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it and subscribe to our channel, where you can find more similar stories, and click on the bell icon to never miss one. There is plenty more cosmic horror to come from the Eldritch Tales Factory. Stay tuned, and until next time.